There you go.
Hello, and here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Leela Veronica, and we
And
have
this
El
is Al
Ingalls.
Ingalls.
Woo, woo, El Ingalls in the house. So we wanted to come on live, and it just didn't quite work out. So we decided to record a video for you because we're really, really, really passionate about this topic, and it's important for us to get this message out.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So the message is this: stress is directly related to what we want to call true success today. So stress and true success are directly related, right, El?
They are related in a very big way. And most of it we're not aware of.
Most of it we're not aware. So how would you define true success?
I always come back to the word fulfillment. A lot of people will talk about happiness, happy relationship, happy work, blah, blah. But it goes a little deeper when you think about fulfillment. So are you feeling fulfilled in what you do? Are you feeling connected? Are you healthy? Health is our first wealth. If you're not healthy mentally or physically, then, why are you even doing what you're doing? It's really hard. And so I think success really is about fulfillment. How about you?
I love this. I think you brought in this piece about health, and it's really it, like you said, and I think the body is the one thing that we're gifted when we come here. It's the only thing we have forever before we're gone. And when I think of success, I think of the outer world successes like relationship and career related successes. But I think about true success as being able to do all the outer world stuff, while the inner world is also successful, healthy, vibrant, energized, light. So true success is like
Yeah.
outer and inner. Instead of just the outer game, it's the outer and the inner to me.
I love that. I love that so much because a lot of times people are successful in the outer game, but they have heart disease. They've got stuff going on in their abs and in their abdomen. They've got digestive issues. They've got chronic situations, going down on the inside. So that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, a lot of the work that we do, we know how to help people on the outside, right? We know how to help people, strategies, actions, things to do. But in the end of the day, what we help people with the most is mastering that inner game, mastering how you hold your body, for example, mastering whether or not your body releases stress hormones. So let's talk today, about, we said, what is true success? It's about, the outer and the inner. So people want the outer, they got to work on the inner. So that's what I want to share with my audience. And I think we will both want to share more how stress. So first of all, what is stress? What are stressors versus stress hormones, right? Um, and so let's just start there. What is stress? And I just want to give you the space here because you are the expert on this.
I define stress very narrowly as any time you've released the fight or flight stress hormones. So you may be encountering a trigger or stressors, but not releasing those hormones. So you're really not stressed. So you can experience challenges and not overreact. But when we react and our body goes into the fight or flight stress response, that to me is stress. So I really am clear about that when I work with my clients because people will use the word stress in so many different ways. And people say, well, I love stress. I love pressure. And that how is the inside doing? That's the first thing I ask. How's the inside doing? Does the inside of your body like that stress? Or maybe you're not overreacting and you really do thrive on that and you're okay. But if there are other places where you might be overreacting, that's where we need to look. So I define stress as, releasing the fight or flight stress response, which releases two floods of hormones, as you mentioned, stress hormones. Scary word. Stress hormones are the things that basically affect every cell of your body. They affect your brain signaling and every organ of your body, so that you're not able to even experience true success in the sense that you just described it.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love what you say. It's this sense of, there's going to be stressors. It's going to rain some days. You're going to get a flat tire maybe, right? Things are going to happen. Someone's going to say something. You're like, whoa, whoa. Stressors out there in the world or somewhere in your house or somewhere. There's stressors. Whether or not that stressor becomes stress release in our body, the outer, whether that outer influences that inner, is up to us, right? So that's what the pressure-free method is all about, and what you bring forward. And I would love to say, before even maybe we talk about what is the pressure-free method, if I could just give a little story
I would love
about
it.
my own experience. So many people might know already, but we met in a mastermind program, and I was building my business. I was on, doing well, and I'm a high achiever, a go-getter, right? Work hard, lots of hours, right? Never give up. So I was having success when I met you, right? You were witnessing that.
I was.
Uh-huh. So I was having the outer successes. However, I was still experiencing a lot of reactions to stressors where my body was releasing the stress hormones. So I would find myself at least once a week, if not more, like in a pile of tears on the kitchen floor, stressed out. Basically, my nervous system was shot and I just needed to let it all go. And I was nervous about, even though I was having successes, it still felt like, oh gosh, it might all fall apart at any time. I better just keep working, work, hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met you and we started working together. And, it was probably about 6 months in that I had my first pressure-free day. Right. And now most of my,
6 months in.
about 6 months in, 6 months. Right. So I was committed. And I was actually through that period, went through something quite difficult in my business, right? You recall, something private, but something very difficult happened. And so it was
very difficult. Yeah.
very difficult. And so that could have taken me out. Could have burned my adrenals out. It could have burned my adrenals out, one. It could have just said, I'm done with this business. It's too much. I got to get a job, which me and job, how's that going to work out? So many reasons, so many things. I could have quit. I could have, really hurt myself physically with this business, right? Like with all the stress and the things that happened, the hardships in the beginning. But the pressure-free method, this thing that we're about to talk a little bit more about, what you created, what is beyond what most scientists and most personal development world and all the people talking about stress, they don't even have this knowingness. They're not even at this level, what you know. It's so simple, but so powerful. There's so many people teaching stuff about stress. They're missing a piece. And I want to share this, I want you to mention here in a second, but I want to say, not only did I I'm not stressed out ever on the kitchen floor crying, right? Maybe once a year because I'm up leveling or something, scared. But, I've made more money. I have higher end clients. I'm able to have, do more events. And I'm not working as hard. I have more free time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're present in the things you're doing.
I'm very happy in all the things. And if I'm not happy, I know, right?
You recognize it. Yeah.
I recognize if I'm triggered, if something's got me, I know, and I can have compassion for myself. So there's a difference between I'm actually just going to pull this up right now because this is so poignant. I got sent a message from someone who I've worked with, a past client. beautiful soul who every once in a while will touch base with me, and sent me this thing, and it says, a day in the life of an entrepreneur. I'm going to show it to you. And it kind of has this like, oh, I'm excited. Oh, this is hard. It's working. I messed up. Give up the good for the great. I'm thinking about going bankrupt. Like it's the up, down, up, down, up, down. Right?
Oh, right.
Okay. So this is what I got sent, like a ha, 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 ha. And I responded and I said, it should read a day in the life of a new entrepreneur. And I should have said a stressed out entrepreneur. Right? A day in the life of a new entrepreneur. I said, a seasoned entrepreneur rides the middle ground despite all the chaos around.
Right. Yeah.
And I believe that the pressure-free method can get people to that place of feeling like a seasoned entrepreneur or seasoned anything.
Seasoned anything.
Way faster.
Seasoned parent. Seasoned anything. Yeah. Yeah.
So
and what's so interesting is I've seen that before, that graph, you know, the emotional roller coaster. That's the emotional roller coaster that all of us have experienced. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. But what if you can take off and slice that and have something going like this?
And it's smooth like butter. So tell us, what is this pressure-free method that I keep like just doting all over?
Right. So the pressure-free method is a very simple 3-step method. I like to keep things simple, steps, and alliterations. So start with the letter T. Targets. What are you aiming for? The reason this is the first step is if you don't have a real reason to change or to up-level or do something new, you won't do it. So we need to dig in and figure out what is important to you. Important to you, Leela, was growing your business. More importantly, not being on the kitchen floor anymore. So there's usually a growth feeling to the targets, but also I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have eczema on my hands. I don't want to have stress fat on my body. I don't want to get heart disease or metabolic syndrome or diabetes. Like, what is it you want or don't want? Those are your targets. Beautiful. That's the first thing we do. We have to have some aim here. Then the second step are triggers. Your triggers are anything that can make you feel an emotion that's going to release the fight or flight stress response. And it's kind of tricky because it's not just when you feel angry or anxious. It's also if you just feel a little bit annoyed or ashamed and any kind of fear, even just the smallest little bit of fear. You have to go to a new networking event. Your bills are due and you don't know how you're going to pay them. Financial fear. So any of those emotions, because there are no more saber-tooth tigers, most of us are not under physical attack, which is our reason for releasing stress hormones. So basically today in the 21st century, we're creating reasons and we're overreacting.
Okay, can we stay there for a moment?
Yes.
We're talking about the outer game and the inner game. People attract drama because they got drama going on inside, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of people come to me and talk about their life, and I'm like, I don't experience any of that. This is a way, and I say this, and I'm just going to say it loud and proud. Pressure-free method, you take care of the inner game, right? It's creating heaven on earth. It's like as within, so without, as below, so above, or as whatever.
Right.
You create, it's like, I don't have much drama around me with people or places or things because I'm not creating the inner drama with my stress. Right. So cool. Right. So go ahead. I just think it's beautiful.
It is really cool. And the thing is, if you haven't experienced it, had a breakthrough pressure-free day, you don't even know what it is. So even trying to explain it to other people, it's like it feels like it's impossible. People will say that feels like impossible to me. So I really work hard to just provide the slightest little bit of hope that this can happen for a person. And like you said, it was 6 months, and we talk every day.
We talk every day.
So we have a connection with each other every day. So 6 months, Everyone is
6 months
different.
with
I had,
the pressure-free woman, and it still took me 6 months. And I'm going to say it doesn't
yeah,
even just feel impossible. Here's what happens when it does happen. It's uncomfortable because
yeah.
when you have
And you will,
entire life in stress and then there's no stress, you feel like, is something wrong? Is the plate going to fall and I'm just not sure? It's just the quiet before the storm, like the eye of the storm, and everything's going to go right.
right.
That's
Yes,
the feeling. So it's almost uncomfortable. So you'll trigger yourself just because you're so addicted to it. You feel like that's the normal. So that's like the
yes.
next space to play in, is being comfortable with peace.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you bring out another point is that people around you are used to you reacting a certain way, and they know how to push your buttons. So they may dig even deeper to try and get those old reactions out of you. I've talked recently that even people that we've put in our lives to help us, they feel more comfortable when we're in fight or flight because they know how to deal with that. They don't know how to deal with a person who's not in fight or flight. This is just something I've seen and witnessed within families, within friendships, And now you just said this yesterday. It's like you don't want anybody on your team to be on your team unless they go through pressure free.
Yeah, the people that work with me in my company, on my team, have gone through or are currently going through pressure-free classes, training, learn
Yeah.
the tools, right? Many of my
Right.
clients have. And when they do, just like me, it wasn't until I was pressure-free that I hit 6 figures.
Yeah.
I mean, there was other factors, things lining up, right? I had coaching, I was in a mastermind, I had support, lots of things, but still, let's just be real. As with what's going on outer and the inner is a reflection. It wasn't until I was more calm on the inside. That 6 month part was right around then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And what's so interesting is that when we release these stress hormones in our bodies, we literally repel people from us. So if you're a business owner and you're trying to network and gain clients, but you've released these hormones and you've got fear going on, anxiety going on, you're not open to taking in a client. They can't trust you. So when you really become pressure free, your whole front is more open, and you already know all this. By the way, I think this is so interesting because you've been practicing yoga for a long time. A lot of people will say, oh, my yoga takes care of my stress. I've seen more people leave the yoga studio and start going right into stress mode, just trying to get out into traffic on the road.
Oh, I know. It's one thing, one of my yoga teachers, when I first moved to Colorado, we were on a phone conversation. She said to me, she goes, Leela, you walk your talk, you live your yoga. I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm built that way. I don't know how to get into something and not live it, right? I'm all about integrity. And so the inner game and the outer game, once again, we can talk about. All that yoga that people are doing just for exercise, it works for certain things. It's great for getting the mind present, because I think that without the movement, the body peace, some people might not be able to even recognize a trigger for the pressure free.
Right.
So in their
That's
head,
right.
they might, so the bowspring and pressure free, like this mindfulness, the being in the body part, right? The gross motor movement you teach, there's all sorts of stuff. We can't tell everybody everything. It's too much, but
Right.
just, it's too much. But the combining of the mind and the body together, right, is
Yeah.
how we control that, the quality and the vibrancy or lack thereof in the inner game.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's what really distinguishes pressure free is people who are helping people with stress will say, oh, meditate, do yoga, take a walk around the lake, blah blah blah. My son saw a poster his first year at college that had all those kinds of things listed, and he called me up and he goes, they're telling people to do all this stuff, but if they do all that stuff, they can't get their homework done and they're going to be stressed. So pressure free is an on the go stress management method. You're literally living it all day long, just like living in the bowspring method. You're doing it all day long. It is a lifestyle. so that you don't trigger in the moment. You could do the meditation in the morning, but then you're triggering all day long. And so it's not helping you really. I'm sorry. It's not helping you until you get a handle on the moment to moment things and actually break your cycle, which by the way lasts a long time, right? 9 hours for men, 24 hours for women. Up to those many hours, every time you release these hormones, you have to break the cycle. That's why you said it was 6 months into your pressure-free day. You broke the cycle, Leela. That was huge.
I
You
love breaking
broke the
that.
cycle.
I love breaking that stress cycle. Break that stress cycle, friends. Breast. I said breast. Sorry. I gotta stop singing. Break that stress cycle for true success. Elle and I have a very common vision. We believe in your superhuman capabilities. If you're already
We
successful,
do.
yeah, absolutely. If you're already successful, right, imagine what's possible if you didn't have stress hormones in your body, if you had more time, better sleep, better health, easier way to connect with others. If you want
More willpower.
more willpower to, never get in your own way, right? If you haven't had success yet, this is what's getting in the way. Period.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's really true.
It just is. And I want to just speak loudly because we say, we believe in people's superhuman capabilities. That's why we're here talking about this. There's a lot of research out there. There's a lot of people talking about stress, and it's not accurate. It's only part of the picture. They think we have to manage the stress. What if you could prevent it altogether, right? And here's the deal. You and I, Elle Ingalls, I love you. I'm so grateful for the work you do in the world. We connect. Yeah, you're amazing. We connect with amazing people who have amazing things to offer the world, right? And so it is so important for us to get this message out that stress and true success is directly related, because we need people around longer, right? And stress is killing people in so many ways.
Yeah. Yes.
And we connect with so many beautiful, amazing souls that, like, if they could just get out of the stress and be present in those moment to moment times, imagine what the world could be like with all those people that we meet that are amazing, that have amazing things to offer the world.
Oh my gosh.
Just get out of their own way and clear the dust. So, I mean, we could
I was just meeting with an 83-year-old SCORE mentor who wanted to meet with me because he had learned about what I was doing. And when I shared my vision of sharing pressure-free with big communities, like a hospital community, a campus community, an office community, and I'm talking board president to the person who cuts the hedges, every one of those people understands how to not release stress hormones and release anxiety, depression, etc. Not only that, but to help each other. So if you see someone starting to look a little down, like you can actually help with that. You can be the person that saves someone's life. So it's like, this is the vision I have. And he was just catching the vision. He was loving it. And it was so exciting. So I'm so grateful for you've caught the vision now. You see, because you're living it, Leela.
I'm living it. I know that I am capable of so much more because I am pressure free. I had a call with my project manager this morning, Mickey. I'm planning out so much stuff this next year. I got so much going on. Most people will be freaking out. When I tell other people what I'm doing, they're like, what the, right? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Boom, pressurefree.com. I can do something.
And I do want to say, I need to say something about you, because when you asked me to be your accountability partner, initially I said no, right? I already had one. You were the one person in our group that, number one, was doing action. I was watching your videos, and you had something I've wanted my whole life, and that was posture. It's a part of my goal journey forever. The last 3 years, I haven't had to put it down.
Woo! You got
You
the posture,
totally
girl.
changed. It's, I mean, I'm still a work in progress. We're both works in progress, always, always, always. But I can't believe the difference in my life thanks to you. Thanks to you. I'm so grateful. So when we combine our two things together, that's why we love working together and sharing with you, you know, what is possible for you is to step into your superhuman capabilities. And that means using your whole brain, your whole DNA. You've got so much DNA and so much brain space that you haven't even touched yet. And we help you do that.
Let's touch your DNA, baby.
You got to get your own hands on your own DNA.
I mean, we'll just like teach you how to touch your own DNA. Yeah. So let's, I love this conversation because this brings up kind of the, we want to invite people to Lake Michigan this summer. And we're going to be teaching more bowspring posture system and pressure-free stress management, you know, on-the-go stress management system. Because we know we basically want to create more superhumans. Like that's the whole goal, right? It's like, hey guys, you can have peace, love, harmony, relaxation, and success, and massively do really cool stuff and feel good while you're doing it, right? Calm exhilaration. Yeah, right. So if you're watching this video and you know there's true success there for you and you need some support, reach out to us, right? You can drop us a little message. And if you know for sure, you're like, I know for sure, right? I want to chat with them. I want this retreat. I want this live experience, because when we come together and do live experiences, they're epic. They're very transformational for people. You won't leave the same person. You'll be much calmer, more present, right? The inner game will start to match the outer game that you want, right? Yeah. You send us a little message, right? Or if you want to, so you can get into my calendar with speakwithleela.com, Lila, speakwithleela, Lila.com to talk to me directly. And Elle, what's the best way to get a hold of you in case they want to reach out to you directly?
Same way. Yep. Speakwithleela.com. Speak with Elle.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I want to just say thank you
five.
for high fives. Bye.
Bye.